the age of ancients.
Dark Souls. Is it really that difficult? A large part of what makes Dark Souls difficult is a lack of guidance early on, meaning that new players tend to struggle until they either get help, give up, or figure everything out. Most of the Dark Souls is hard talk tends to come from somebody who hit a brick wall early on and never managed to topple it. Other than a few notes via the medium of floor, there really isn't much explanation of the game's mechanics. There's no real explanation for things like poise, stability, stats, scaling, upgrading, humanity, kindling, returning to human, iframes, and so much more. Things such as vendors, key items, and most weapons are generally hidden, and can easily be missed if you don't know what to look out for. Combine this with a game that punishes greediness, impatience, lack of focus, and laziness, and you have a game that is punishing to new players. But what if I told you, yes you, that it's possible to complete this game without leveling up at all? Don't believe me? Welcome to the XWO Gaming Everyman's Guide to Dark Souls, Level 1 Edition. Here we will cover everything you need to conquer this game without spending a single soul on a single level.
And his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenge the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
So start up the game and select New Game. You'll be presented with the character creation screen. First, name your character. I've gone for 1 bro, as this is a level 1 playthrough. Next, choose your gender, and then your class. This must be Pyromancer, as it's the only class that begins as level 1. Choose the Master Key as your gift, and then get to customizing your character. Make him look as crazy as you like. Beautiful. Once you've created your character, press accept and begin the game.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
Our journey begins at the tutorial stage, the Northern Undead Asylum. Get your bearings, collect the key, and make your way outside. You'll notice on the floor, those orange messages, those are your tutorial prompts. I've chosen not to read them, as I've played the game before. As you run down this hallway, you'll encounter a few hollow soldiers. They're mostly harmless, but be careful because they still can defeat you. I'm beating this one up just for good measure. Next, make your way up this stairway and continue onwards, and you'll enter another dark room. When you reach the ladder, climb up it. Go through this doorway and you'll encounter the very first bonfire of the game. Bonfires are places of rest, so light it up and take a seat next to it. At the moment, there's not a lot we can do with the bonfire apart from attune magic and get up and continue on our way. As we are a pyromancer, we do begin with a basic fireball spell. Continue up the stairs and open the big door. Continue onwards, sticking to the left hand side of the room. The first boss of the game will jump down, but run away from him as fast as you can. If you're feeling brave, you can defeat him, but I would advise against it for this moment. Next you'll encounter another bonfire, light that one up and take a seat. It's worth noting that any time you die, you'll get returned to the last bonfire that you rested at. Collect the cracked round shield and equip it in your left hand. Next, run down this hallway, avoiding the archer's arrows. Roll if you need to, but chase after him. At the top of the hallway you'll collect the hand axe, equip that in your right hand. Follow the hollow soldier up the stairs, avoid his arrows, and get a backstab in if you can. Next, go through the fog gate. You'll come out on a balcony with two ways to go. Get your bearings. First, we're going to take a left. This doesn't lead to anything, but I do want to show you all directions you can take. Make your way back to the split, and this time, go right. You'll be presented with two more directions to go, up or down. First, go down and open up the previously locked gate. This returns you to the original bonfire. There's no need to rest at the moment as we haven't taken any damage. Continue back up these stairs and take the next stairs up. Be mindful to roll out of the way because a boulder will come crashing down. Enter the hole in the wall created by the boulder and speak to the soldier.
Oh no, Hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead.
Answer yes to his question.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
The soldier gives you 5 Estus flasks. This is the main method of healing in this game. He gives you 5 of them. Every time you rest at a bonfire, it replenishes them up to a maximum of 5. There is a way to obtain more, which we'll cover in a later episode of this guide. Talk to the soldier and exhaust his dialogue. Next, go back up those stairs and defeat the hollow soldier. Don't make the mistake I did. Don't parry him if you're not confident. Just beat him up. Now this is where I show you it is okay to make mistakes. I wasn't confident with that, so I've rested at the bonfire, which also respawns all enemies, as I want to go back upstairs and defeat that guy again without taking damage. So back up we go. I parry him and I give him a riposte. This time continue onwards through the gate and you will use the Undead Asylum 2nd floor east key. As you come out onto this balcony, there's an item to collect on the right hand side. It's your pyromancy flame. Make sure you equip it in your right hand in the 2nd slot. Be mindful as more hollow soldiers will come round the corner from the left hand side. Avoid the archer's arrows again, and get in a backstab if you can. I failed on this occasion, but I still took him down without too much difficulty. In this next room, there is an armoured hollow soldier. Be careful as he does hit quite hard, but a simple parry and riposte will send him on his way. The gate in front of us is locked, but we will be coming back here later, so don't worry about that just yet. Now, equip your axe in 2 hands by pressing triangle if you're playing on PlayStation and go through the fog gate. We're now going to take the boss down. Run off the edge of the platform and press attack at the same time and you'll hit him with a plunging attack. As you can see, this took off nearly half of his health. Next, try and stay behind him and keep attacking him from the back. Use your roll to dodge out of the way of his attacks. And just like that, we take him down. Easy. He drops the big pilgrim's key, and we can now leave the Undead Asylum. There's no need to rest at that bonfire, but I did it out of habit. Next, we're going to leave the Undead Asylum via the door on the opposite side of the boss arena. So use the big pilgrim's key on the door and make your way up the ramp. Continue onwards until you reach the top and watch the cutscene that occurs.
Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
The crow drops us at Firelink Shrine. This is our hub world and safe haven for the majority of the game. The first thing you'll notice is the bonfire. Resting here will give you 10 Estus flasks instead of the usual 5. And that wraps up the first episode of the Everyman's Guide to Dark Souls Level 1. Please like and subscribe if you like the content, and we will see you next time with Part 2.